Ray Walker in Madison. I guess where I have a problem is how when I go to these meetings, people on these boards come with an attitude that we have concern for our community. I don't know who you are, but you seem awful defensive today. You know, and I don't know why. But what I'm saying is when y'all say they don't want to move or they this, but when I look at this homeless task force and the people on there, there's nobody from the community on here. So we don't even have work. We don't have input. When you're talking about give you something to write something out, so you put people on this board that really cares, that's out here dealing with these homeless folks. You know what I'm saying? There's nobody, this whole list, there's nobody from the community that I know out here fighting and feeding and counting and making sure they got stuff. Nobody's on this list. It's all these organizations that you don't see in the community. So how is it going to change? How can we really be a voice when you don't even put them on the committee, a task force to help you make that change? But then again, when people come up here talking out of passion, then some of you guys get offended. That doesn't make sense. I'm just saying, you're very aggressive today. You coming off real strong, just because they got concerns. We live out in this community, and we have to deal with that. But at the end of the day, you're on a panel where you're here to serve us. You're here to do for us. So we shouldn't have to come against no attitude because you don't like what he's saying. You still got to be professional on this board. If you don't want to be professional, then get off. But all that hostility that you got as you displaying ain't necessary. Because this is we're speaking out of passion. Because you're saying you want somebody to give you answers, but the people ain't on this board to help give some answers, to give you some direction to where you go. That's what I'm talking about. Get some people out here in this community that's fighting this fight so they can stand up and help you come up with some solutions. Because we got a bunch of people out here that don't deal with homeless people on this board this is what we got to look forward to. This is why ain't nothing getting done.
My phone number is public. My email is public. Anyone in any district,
are you on this committee task force?
No.
I'm talking about this task force.
I'm just saying, you can call me, you can email me. I'll ask. There's a guy sitting right out here. He was here at our last meeting. I was out there. I didn't get to see him, but I was out there in his neighborhood the day after because he come up here and said something. I talked to his neighbor. I'm trying to figure out what's going on out there. So,
and the question is anything getting done? That's the problem. Like I said, we've been talking about this for years, 3 years just for this project alone. We've been talking about this stuff for years, and ain't nothing happening. But all we keep hearing is, well, them people need to pull up their stuff by their bootstraps and get moving. It ain't that easy when you ain't got it. Like he said, whether they got disabilities or whatever's going on, don't mean they can go out there and get a job like it's that easy. And if they get assistance, if the housing authority can give them a place to go and they pay a couple months of rent, how are they going to pay the rest of the month rent?
Can I ask a question, please? If you're on a fixed income and you're not paying rent and you're not paying for water or utilities, where's your money going?
I mean,
I've been there for 3 years.
I understand.
That's
I understand.
And we can't enable people either.
Have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever been in that situation?
In what situation, sir?
In that situation that people are out right now. Have you been in that position before? Have you ever been where you ain't had nothing, or you've been just period, been in that situation?
Depends on how you want to define it, sir, because I've been a stay-at-home mom and lived off of one income with a household of 5 people, so I would call that the equivalent.
Oh, that's not equivalent when you got to worry. You ain't got to worry about somebody coming and turn off the water. You ain't got to worry about somebody turning off the electricity. You ain't got to worry about. You don't have to worry about people coming there. The other people that don't live there coming and stealing. You don't have to. You don't have to deal with that.
I deal with it every day.
Next Tuesday, I believe they got a redistricting meeting. We'll have another meeting before the council. But if someone never been through nothing, they don't know.
They don't know. They don't know, because y'all can sit up here. Even on the redevelopment commission, they don't want to hear nothing. They created the problem.
I've never been in those shoes.
I didn't call your name.
Honey, I'm there still. I'm still poor, just like everybody.
But here's the deal. But to relate, you've been stay-at-home mom with somebody's out here like that. That's just ridiculous. At the end of the day, but. Please put some people on this commission that's part of the community to help them come up with some solutions.
Ray, I'll inform you, and we'll bring some of these, scabs or whatever they want to call them, to the meeting here. There's something need to be done about that.
Inhumane squatters,
Is that the term you normally use?
that is, I believe, the legal term.
Legal term.
It's been
So
legally
people poor,
appointed,
black,
and you choose
disenfranchised,
not to
or
be.
white, they're squatters, right?
Yeah, I don't know
I
if
mean,
they're
it's nice when
squatters.
you live good all your life, you can shoot shit at people, okay?
Well,
All right.
Move on. That's
And this is immoral conduct on your behalf.
Yeah. Mr. President. Yes. I'd like to